Steph, in terms of the half-court pace and the shots you guys created, the threes, how was you going back and looking at the film a day later? How was the shots you guys got and how fast you guys were operating that half-court?
Yeah, I think for us, playing in transition, trying to play fast is probably the easiest way we create shots. But in the half-court, I think when we got to our plays, we kind of seen a similar look for the most part and kind of created the same shot over and over. But I think just not getting bored with, making the right read over and over again is something that, we have to look to do for next game. But, it comes down to making shots too. So.
Front right here.
Hi, Alana from Amazon Prime Brazil. So what's the biggest difference for you between guarding Shea and now Jalen Brunson? And also, what's the main topic that you think changed or is the same about the matchup of you guys from the NBA Cup for the first game?
Biggest difference, I'd say they're very similar in ways. Obviously, Jalen's left-handed, Shea's right-handed. But I think Shea, he's more of a threat to get all the way downhill, all the way to the basket. I think Jalen, he likes to use angles a lot more, uses probably a little bit more pump fakes than Shea. But yeah, most of his is angles and trying to get to his spots and not really trying to draw fouls as much, but trying to get to his mid-range and get to spots to where he likes. So just trying to keep him from doing that.
Next row back.
Your post, both your coach and Wemby were talking about that. Feels like the offense got away from what you guys have done most of the year, and that you were just kind of relying on your individual talent. What did you see about the offense, and what role do the Knicks have in that, or do you think the stage maybe you guys were forcing things?
I mean, it could have been that, but I think for the most part, just we didn't make the extra pass as much as we usually do. We kind of settled a lot more than we usually do. And I think Coach preaches a lot, try and find better each possession, try and find the best shot. And I think we got satisfied with probably a decent look, knowing that we can make those kind of shots. I think we got satisfied with that. A lot more than, we usually do throughout the year. And I think it cost us. But even, playing like that, not playing the way we wanted to, we still had a chance to win. So.
Next row back.
Hector Ledesma, Clutch Points. Steph, after the game last night, Vic talked about how he wasn't overly worried because there was a lot of things that you guys could clean up. After watching film today, do you feel that same sentiment that it really not a whole lot of things to kind of be overly worried about? And then kind of related to that, he talked today about just coming out and being normal on your guys' end, just starting the game and maybe not pressing as much. Just if you have any thoughts on what maybe might have caused you guys to press a little bit or maybe not be yourselves last night.
Well, I mean, if I had to think of one thing, it's, most of our first time being in the finals. So obviously a big moment for a lot of us. Obviously we're overly excited to, get out there and play. So that could definitely be a part of it. But we've been down in a series before. I think Coach Mitch said it best. I mean, really all playoffs is taking us more than a half to get settled into a game. So just trying to be ourselves. I think Vic said it best. I don't think we have anything to be too worried about. I mean, obviously we feel like we're the better team, and we didn't play well and still had a chance to win. So, if we take one thing from that, just going back to being ourselves and, focusing on the right things.
On your left in the front.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. You saw a lot of Josh Hart as your defensive matchup, trying to attack him. Just wondering what kind of challenges he presents as a defensive player where you're trying to get downhill and kind of work on him.
Yeah, I think he's very physical. He doesn't really want to switch too much, so he'll tend to blow up screens a lot. But I think it's similar to the way that I play defense. Just constant pressure, very physical, but does it calculated and smart and tries to do it without fouling. So, I mean, obviously, he's a good defender, you know, no matter who he's guarding. But, I mean, I think we've seen, you know, great defenders all playoffs. So, I don't think it'll be any different. I think we have, you know, a game plan for anybody.
Jared here in the front.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic. The Knicks fans, they were loud. They were kind of partying at the end there. Did that piss you off to have them come into your arena and treat it like it's their own?
Well, yeah. You know, I don't want any fan from, you know, any team to have a good night in our arena. But, I mean, obviously, last night it happened to be the Knicks fans. But, I mean, yeah, they were loud. But, you know, I think our fans showed out as well. And I just don't think we executed on winning the game. So I feel like they had the right to celebrate after last night.
Steph, Vince Goodwill, ESPN. The matchup with you and Brunson, people have talked about as being like the key matchup. In the fourth quarter, he was able to hunt out matchups away from you. Was that a product of the screening? Maybe you're not fighting through it? Not want to say illegal screening, but just maybe giving up the easy switch too much. Was there anything you would have done differently to prevent him getting the matchups that he desired?
I mean, not really. I mean, obviously, yes, I want to stay on the ball and, you know, guard my matchup. But at the end of the day, you know, I have nothing but confidence with, you know, my teammates on that side of the floor. And, you know, I don't want to try and make up things, you know, on the spot. You know, we've switched that ball screen with me on the ball all year. So it's been successful for us. And it's something that we've talked about, obviously being a possibility. And I mean, yeah, just really sticking with what's worked for us and figuring out the things on the backside. But I mean, I think my teammates and, you know, the guys, whoever he's calling up, they have the utmost ability to, you know, stay in front of him and make it tough on him. So, yeah, I don't want to try and make it about, you know, me and him. You know, I think it's more what our team defense needs.
Third row, Melissa, last question.
Hey, you said you're the better team. Wemby said he's not afraid at all. Is your guys' youth, in a way, a strength because you guys have no fear?
I don't know if that's our youth talking, but it might just be more of what our character is like. I don't think we'll ever change from being this way and, you know, having this kind of confidence in each other, you know, no matter how young we are. But I mean, yeah, just I think using that to our advantage in, you know, any kind of situation. And I mean, like I said, I think we just have nothing but confidence in, you know, this team, you know, this staff, this organization. So yeah, we're just gonna take it game by game and walk this thing down.
I think you subbed out for the final time last night with about 4 minutes to play. You know, then you have to watch from the bench, you guys, you know, getting that lead back and then ultimately letting up an 11-0 run. What is that balance like? Obviously knowing that, you know, a lot of you guys are going to be demanding minutes to close games, you know, just talk me through that a little.
Yeah, I feel like everyone wants to be out there in those times and to close a game out, but I mean, we won 62 games, we made it this far, so I mean, I'm going to keep on trusting the coaching staff, trusting in Mitch, and just having that trust, you know, that they know what's best for the team. And if they think that's the best thing for the team and that helps us win the most, then I'm all for it. So, I mean, obviously wanted to be out there, but ain't nothing to hang my head on.
Third row off to the left.
Dylan, these last couple of games, Mitch has had you, De'Aaron, and Steph on the court at the same time. Do you like, in terms of from your offensive game and your flow, do you like the three of you being on the court at the same time? And then kind of B, are there any adjustments you make with those two other guys on the floor at the same time?
Yeah, being on the floor with them two, I mean, it just opens the game so much for me and them two and everyone else on the floor that, I mean, we all kind of have that ability to get to the rim and get to the paint, just open up the world for everyone else. So, I mean, being on the floor with them, it's a blessing. I mean, it opens up things for me, it opens up things for Vic, Steph, Fox, and whoever else is on the floor with us. So, I mean, I enjoy being on the floor with them. And adjusting, really just, you know, being off the ball is, I feel like, nothing new for me. Kind of been off the ball all year. And I kind of feel like I could do whatever the team needs me to do to go out there and win. And I feel like us having three guards out there is pretty unstoppable.
Front row.
Hey Dylan, Sergio Andrés, drafteados en Prime Video Spain. First of all, how do you feel as a 20-year-old after a game like that, in the finals, first time? I guess it's tough. And then I wanted to know, obviously your dad won 5 rings. So did he say something to you prior to the finals, like some kind of advice about how to handle it? Thank you.
I feel good. I mean, my first year in the league and being at the finals is a blessing. So, I mean, I can't really complain about the position I'm in. I feel like this is every kid's dream, every basketball player's dream. And so, I mean, regardless of what went down yesterday, I'm just blessed to be in this position and try to get one more and try to get some more. But really, I mean, me and my dad talk here and there. He gave me little tips about the finals and things like that, but ultimately you got to experience it on your own to kind of know how to navigate through it.
First row.
Reference to the game 7, you guys played with a lot of energy, a lot of focus. And if you were to compare the type of energy and focus that you guys have in game 7, how do you compare it to last night? And how do you expect to bounce back in this series when the energy needs to be a lot higher?
Yeah, I feel like both were down from game 1. I feel like game 7 is back against the wall, and kind of whoever wins that game makes it to the finals. I feel like we kind of had more of that drive and kind of we were more desperate in a sense, but I feel like it's the NBA Finals, so we got to be desperate every game, no matter what's at stake, what the score is. You always got to find a way how to just get wins and win the series. But for us, I mean, we just got to stay our brand of basketball. We got here for a reason. We didn't get here because we started switching things up. We kind of been the same all year, so I feel like we just have to do that times 10.
Front row, DA.
Dylan, I know that you got to be on the floor to impact the game, and if rotation is what it is. But when you are on the floor, especially in crunch, what is the kind of sweet spot between you attacking, getting into the paint, starting to collapse of the defense, but also making sure Vic can touch the ball with enough time to do what he needs to do if he sees a good matchup?
Yeah, there's definitely a middle ground in that. I feel like our best offense is kind of transitioning, getting out, but I think once we get in the half court, it's more just how do we put the right guys in the right spots to execute. And I feel like yesterday we could have did a better job with putting Fox, putting Vic, Steph, Devin, Julian, just everyone in the right spots and just being more sharper. So the biggest thing is just for me, stay in attack mode, but there's also a time and place to do it.
Front row.
Hey Dylan, what's going on? So Maria Harper, quite the hooper. People may not know, of course. Your brother's in the league. Did you speak to any of them after the game? Did they give you any advice before or after the game from your mom or big bro?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to all my family. I spoke to my mom, my dad, my brother, my little sister, to everyone else. But I mean, like I said, you kind of got to go through your own experience to kind of know what it's like. I feel like there's a bunch of tidbits that they can give you here and there, but I mean, I think for me, I'm just trying to find my way through it. And I feel like the biggest thing for me is just how can I bring this team together and how can we all just get back to doing what we were doing.
Second row here on the left.
Hey Dylan, Leandro Sarhan, Prime Video Brazil. I wanted to know from you if you feel the spirit of the team is similar to when you guys fell behind in the other series, or if because it's the finals, it's a little tougher to bounce back and to get back on your feet for game 2.
Yeah, every series holds its different kind of emotions and different everything. But I feel like for us as a group, those emotions are the same, but obviously with a lot more desperation because we're in the finals and there's no second chance at this. So there's definitely more desperation in that sense, but I feel like emotions are the same. I feel like we're going to stay together as a group and we're just going to keep on attacking the days.
Fourth row in the back.
How do you view the defensive effort you had collectively on Brunson? He was inefficient the first 3 quarters he got going. Was it, breakdown on your end, just a great player? How do you view that?
I mean, I feel like he's a great player, obviously. What he's able to do in this, how he gets to his spots and his angles. I feel like we did a pretty good job. Obviously, 4 quarter crunch time, there's things that we need to clean up and things that everyone could have did better. But I mean, he's a big time player, so he's gonna make shots like that. And we're just gonna have to live with making it as tough as we can.
So there was a sequence where you and Jose traded threes, a little bit of jogging back and forth. It was giving like You know, NYC street ball vibes. Was that just classic Brooklyn on Brooklyn John?
Yeah, I think it's just friendly banter, honestly and truly. Obviously, I've known Jose for a while. Yeah, I mean, he makes one, he talks. I make one, I talk. That's just how New York is. That's how it goes. Say again? I mean, I don't think it was really anything too crazy. It was just, you know, like, you like that one and whatever we're not, and that was really all it was.
Front row in the middle.
Hi, you were so hot at the beginning of the game, 5 threes. What happened next? You got cold, they weren't looking for you. And my second question would be, you got to my attention, they have some Puerto Rican blood in you.
Yeah.
Is that true?
So what happened during the game? I mean, I think that the Knicks just made some good adjustments. Credit to them, they're a good team, good coaching staff. I think that they did some things that kind of took away the corner three and the other threes. So we'll figure out ways to kind of find those again. And then I'm not too sure about like the Puerto Rican part. I think my mom's dad was a little bit Puerto Rican, but I usually say I'm Jamaican and Italian. That's usually what I say.
Front row all the way to the right.
Julian, Joe Masseri, Pix 11 News in New York. You know, you grew up playing basketball in Brooklyn, obviously St. John's. I'm just curious, maybe some street ball at New York City playgrounds. How did that upbringing prepare you for the toughness in a physical game like Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night?
Yeah, I mean, obviously playing in the park in the city, you know, you gotta go out there and one, you have to win, or you can't go back on the court for a while. And then obviously, like, there's no foul calls out there. They're not giving you no weak fouls, especially when you're playing with the older guys. There's no weak fouls, a lot of trash talking, a lot of physical bump and stuff like that. So figuring out how you could play in those courts, definitely, I feel like it translates into playing on an NBA court. Obviously, the talent is different and stuff like that. But you take little tidbits, you know, the trash talk, the physicality, perseverance, and how to like get through and actually win a game. You take those things with you throughout your whole career.
Third row in the middle.
Jeff Duarte, Pounding the Rock. Along the lines of that physicality, I also noticed you had a little moment with Landry Shamet when you guys were coming off, and it looked like it almost got a little physical there. Was there a
No
moment
physicality.
with-
No physicality. That was just competitiveness, honestly and truly. I don't really know Landry for real. He's a great shooter as well, so that was just, he made a shot, I made a shot, and we just, you know, talk a little bit. I like to compete, so that's all it is.
Julian, I believe the last time. Oh, good. I believe the last time a St. John's player won an NBA title was 16 years ago, Ron Artest, 2010. And I don't even remember the last time a guy from Brooklyn won an NBA title.
Yeah.
Thinking back, trying to be a historian. How does it feel? You have a chance to, you know, put NYC hoops on the map, winning a ring this year.
I mean, it feels great. Obviously, you know, I'm from there. I lived there. I grew up there. I went to school there and all that good stuff. So being able to bring one of those back to the hood, it'd be real good.
Front row here.
Sergio Andres, Prime Video, Undraftados Spain. You hit 6 threes on the last game against the Thunder. You hit 5 early last night. I just want to know how it feels, like when you're in that kind of rhythm. Like, what do you see? What do you feel to be able to get that crazy of a hot streak?
Yeah, I mean, I think I do a good job of watching defenses and trying to figure out what they're doing, whether they're helping on the low man, shifting off, attention to, you know, detail on who's attacking and where they're going and stuff like that. But I also always give credit to my teammates. We have really good point guards and really good guards that like to point and places where they need us and want us. Like the last year hit in the first half, I don't know if y'all seen, but Fox was just pointing and telling everybody where to go. But he did it purposely so I would get a 3. I'm gonna work the way that he thought it would, and you know that the rest was history from there. But I always give it to the guards and the players. They pass the ball. They do a really good job of finding me when I'm hot. So all credit goes to them.
Fourth row in the middle.
Julian, Melvin Garcetti, BasketUSA.com. In your mind, what allowed Jalen Brunson to get in rhythm in the fourth quarter? And as you go from series to series and you watch film, but how long does it take to kind of get accustomed to, you know, players that you play only twice a year, like the Knicks?
I mean, I think he's a great player, right? So it's one of those things where I don't think we necessarily did a bad job defending him. I mean, I think he was 12 for 31 last night. In a regular game, they're going to say, you know, that's a crazy shooting percentage. But he's a great player, makes some shots late, and he reeled his team, you know, to a win. So at the end of the day, I don't think we did a terrible job on him. I think that there are things that we can do better to even limit more points. But I think we did a pretty solid job. I think we'll just continue to be more physical, do some more things with him, and stuff like that. And then what was the second part of your question? I don't think it's a thing about getting accustomed to him. I think that we have a really good defensive coaching staff who puts us in places and gives us some schemes to do a good job defending them. So I think it's just about kind of sticking to that and trusting the coaching staff and also trusting your teammates, knowing that they're going to have your back when something doesn't go the way it's supposed to.
Second row.
Julian, Leandro Sarahan, Prime Video, Brazil. The atmosphere was crazy here yesterday, and especially also the Knicks fans, and which you know very well. So, how was that for you guys? When do you expect anything different for Game 2? Does that motivate you to see the away fans filling the stands as well?
I don't think the away fans motivate us. They're, here to vote for the other team. For me, I mean, I kind of expected that. I'm from New York. I know how New York fans travel and stuff like that, so I kind of expected that. But, the goal is just to come out in this game and just play hard, play better. Their fans don't really they're not crossing our minds while we're in San Antonio. It's just more so about what we have to worry about in between those four lines. That's really all it comes down to.
First row here.
Julian, Matt Guzman, Spurs on SI. It seems like one of the things that comes with being a deep team is having to find minutes for everybody.
Yeah.
Something Dylan and Mitch were talking about was just, decisions have to be made at times of players on the court, off the court. How do you deal with that when you're off the court, especially if you watch your team give up a lead, right, or stuff like that? I'm just hoping you can walk me through that.
I don't. I think that I trust the coaching staff and whatever they're doing, and everything they do. They do a really good job. They've done a really good job all year of having us in positions to make sure that we could play. We're rested during the games, like we're not overexerted and stuff like that. So I don't question. I don't think about what Coach Mitch and all of them are doing when it comes to that kind of stuff. I just trust them blindly, which I have done all year, and I think that all of us do just that. So, yeah.
Last question, second row on the left.
Hey, Julian, Raul with the Associated Press. I've seen videos of you interacting with a young girl, and then I've seen you where you hand the ball to a kid to shoot some three-pointers. I was wondering, is that something that kind of you like doing before the game, just kind of relax you, or kind of where does that come from?
Not relax. I haven't done it for the playoffs for the most part because I feel like the security is a lot more heightened during the playoffs, and it's kind of hard to get away with that. But I remember what it was like being a kid. I didn't go to many NBA games, but I remember what it was like being a kid, seeing NBA players and wanting to do that, or just being, infatuated with what was going on at the arena. So I feel like, why not give the kids an experience that they're going to remember for a lifetime? If that means coming on the court, shooting a three, miss or make or whatever, coming on the court, saying what's up, passing the ball, you pass it back to me. I feel like kids appreciate that, and it makes their experience a lot better. So that's all that comes down to. I want them to enjoy all of this like I enjoy all of this.